So, Andy, unfortunately, it's not as sexy as last week. There's probably not many in the field at 100 to 1 in a 70-person field with no cut that are actually going to win this thing. But I haven't bet Kyle Morikawa in probably a year. But I feel like things are starting to kind of go his way. And he does seem to have a little bit of resurgence. And we know he's been just, not a guy to bet on recently. But I'm hoping, as I mentioned earlier, with the smaller greens, averaging less than 4,500 square feet, that's going to minimize his weakness, which is, of course, his putting. So I'm hoping that will help him and accentuate his tee to green game, which we know when he's hitting the ball well, he is one of the best in the world. He did miss the cut at the Open Championship, but that was a rare poor week with his iron. So here's a couple numbers I want to throw you at you just to talk about how good his ball striking is. That was the second time dating back over a year to last year's Open Championship that he's lost strokes on approach. Only the second time in a year. Pretty dang impressive. He's lost strokes off the tee just 3 times over that period. And if you combine approach and off the tee, that's ball striking, 1 time in over a year has he actually lost strokes, ball striking. And that was going back to last year's Scottish Open. That's 26 tournaments. He's only done it once. So it just proves how consistent he is in getting to the green. And I think, again, with the smaller greens, that could help him this week. Just a couple of shots here and there over the course of 4 days, be a little better than everybody else. And again, will he make the putts? I don't know. But 25 to 1, I think, is a decent price in this field. I think he could be shorter than that. Morikawa, he finished tied for 14th at the U.S. Open. And then, of course, he was that close. He had a great finishing round on Sunday at the Rocket Mortgage Classic. Got into the playoff with Ricky Fowler. Thank God he didn't win because I had Ricky Fowler in that, and I was definitely rooting against Morikawa. But it did just provide me with a little confidence in what he's been doing. He's also finished no worse than tied for 26 here in 3 starts, including a tie for 5th last year. So at least he knows the venue pretty well. But I haven't bet on him in a while, Andy. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, it's time, Colin. Do me right and give me a chance on Sunday.